Harry Kane is better than Wayne Rooney. We listen and we don't judge. 20 years, Eddie. No trophy. 14 different managers. You had two of the best managers in football. Ngannou said it perfectly, and it's the truth. Any footballer that tells you does not play football for money is lying to you.
Even Spurs. Who are Spurs to have a better stadium than you?
Why should Spurs be having better facilities than Manchester United? And I don't like the way Amorim's doing this frustration.
I think it's the same thing as what Ten Hag did to Sancho. If you want a player to leave, tell him to leave. But, respectfully.
Welcome back, guys, to another episode of the DES podcast. And Eddie knows the saying, the DES, we're out there.
Yes.
Welcome back, guys, to another episode of the DS podcast with myself and Eddie. We're once again back on your screens to make you hate us, love us, and do whatever you want to do. But we're going to start this episode a bit different today. And we've been seeing a few channels do this. I'm not ashamed to say I've seen Filthy Fellas. I've seen one or two. We're going to start it off with we listen and we don't judge. So, Eddie, do you want to go first or will I go first?
I'd say you go first.
Okay. So, repeat after me.
Okay.
We listen and we don't judge. Tottenham's Pochettino team is better than Arsenal's team, which finished second last season.
We listen and we don't
judge.
Hey, we don't judge. We listen
and we don't judge.
Hazard is the greatest player in Premier League history. We listen and we don't judge. Why are you listening? Why are you judging?
We say that again?
Hazard is the best. Not greatest, best player in Premier League history.
We listen
and we don't judge.
Harry Kane is better than Wayne Rooney. We listen and we don't judge. We listen and we don't judge.
Okay. Wow. Oh, chai. Okay. We listen and we don't judge. Saka won't go past where he is right now. We listen and we don't judge.
Bruno Fernandes. Martin Odegaard could never touch Bruno Fernandes' boots. And will never touch Bruno Fernandes' boots. We listen and we don't judge.
Yay! We're good at Arsenal, isn't it? We listen
and we don't judge.
Harry Kane is the most overrated striker in Prem history. We listen and we don't judge. You heard it here first, love. Yep.
We listen and we don't judge. Manchester City Centurions team is better than Arsenal's Invincibles team.
That's common knowledge.
We listen and we don't judge.
Liverpool's team that won the Premier League is not in my top 5 teams. It's not in the top 5 teams, best teams in the Premier League history.
I can agree with that one. We listen and we don't judge. So, guys, let us know how crazy and how stupid what we said is. Anyways, guys, let's get straight into it. There's only one place we start, and that is with Tottenham bleeding Hotspurs. What do you... Obviously, you're not a Tottenham fan, but you, as an outsider, don't bullshit around. What do you think about the whole Tottenham situation right now?
I think... Is Daniel Levy your owner or the sport director?
What I think people need to understand is Daniel Levy is the chairman of the company ENIC Group, which basically owns Tottenham. Tottenham was actually owned by a guy named Joe Lewis, who, correct me if I'm wrong, guys, he either was the owner of ENIC Group. But apparently Tottenham is in a trust, and I'm not sure who the beneficiary of that trust is at the moment. But from what I understand, Joe Lewis actually, quote unquote, says he has nothing to do with Tottenham, which is obviously bullshit. Because one way or another, all these people are not going to then asset that's worth billions just not being charged. But Daniel Levy is the chairman. He's basically the face of ENIC, the owners of Tottenham Hotspur. Tottenham, ENIC is a group. People need to, I know, the funny thing is Daniel Levy is just the chairman of that group, so that's why he gets all the front end.
Yeah.
Because obviously he does control a majority amount of the shit that goes on.
Yeah.
Tottenham's sporting director is a guy named Jonathan Lang, I think. He came from Villa. And then we have another bald guy there. His name is something Hunt. I forget his name. And then Fabrizio Patrici, remember him?
Yeah.
I think he is a consultant because he's still on a ban. But from what I know, it's Daniel Levy is the main man. Then you have Lang, the sporting director, and then you have the other guy. I forget his name. I think it's something Hunt. So
I think he's allergic to spending money well.
Who? Daniel Levy?
Yeah, but he has no problem making it.
Yeah.
Not that type of way. He's running it as more so of a business than a football club. And obviously there's always business with football, yeah, but like there's no point in selling like making money really. Like selling Harry Kane for what, 100 million? And not buying anything like worth my time to watch. Like he knows, and I know, and everyone that watches football knows that Spurs need a lot more depth. And I said it to you as well. I said it in the group. I said, depth doesn't mean you're spending 30 plus million on players. You could get somebody on loan. You get them on low prices. You know, there's a lot of players in the world. Like, they might not be the best players ever, but they will still cause you, like, create depth. Remember, I saw Ansu Fati could go out on loan.
Marcus Rashford
could go out alone. Like, it's not really rocket science to me, personally. Because all you have to do is convince this guy. I don't know what, like, because we're filming this after Tell rejected Spurs. I don't know what he said to Tell, but I know it was some stupid. Because there's no way that 60, like, I don't think he would have rejected them on a good day. But I just feel like he didn't convince them enough because he didn't want to spend the money. If I'm being honest.
Who? Daniel Levy?
Daniel Levy, yeah.
Like, spending money on Tell's wages.
Yeah. And the price of
But do you not feel at the same time, I'm not going to say it's a bad thing, that it's kind of a good thing that, like, because what? Tell is 60 million. So when you're buying a player for 60 million, let's be honest, he's going to be one of the highest paid players in your club. So we're talking about, what, 150 plus thousand a week. Sometimes I think there has to be, like, a player and a club have to be realistic. Yeah. A 19-year-old who
he's 19 right now.
Yeah, Tell is 19. A 19-year-old who, number one, we know is good, but we haven't actually seen how good, or we haven't seen him on a string run of games, because obviously the best striker in the world is at their football club right now. It is like goal-wise, assist-wise is the truth, whether you want to disagree or agree with me.
Yeah, I just say it.
But what I'm trying to say is that, like, if Daniel Levy didn't convince him, fair enough. But if it was down to money, then I have to be on Daniel Levy's side for that one. Because a player who is 19, number one, at a Bayern Munich team, who did not win anything last season, let's not forget.
And he's not starting.
He's not starting all the time. Is trying to say, yes, we all know, we are all very aware of Tottenham situation right now.
Yeah, but like then again, why bid this? 50 odd million is like bid?
Because they were just going to remove the money from the money that the Bayern Munich owe Tottenham for Harry Kane.
Yeah, but still, if you're gonna do that with Bayern, there's players there that are not starting right now. Sane is not starting right now.
Sane is not going to go to Spurs.
Yeah, but still though, like you can at least try. Like, let's say, Coleman is not, well, he doesn't.
Kingsley Coleman is not going to go to Spurs.
Like, but the thing is,
these are players that, let's be realistic here. Tell was I don't know if he came to their academy or I don't know. I'm not really too sure about it. So let's just hypothetically say he came to the academy. why should Spurs now? Spurs. I'm not being honest. Like like I said, if it came down to money, now I don't. If it came down to money, basically, I don't blame Daniel Levy. I don't blame Daniel Levy for not offering more for someone that's not proven.
But do you think that Spurs have enough pull to get players?
Unfortunately, see this is where the biggest mistake happened with Tottenham, and it not happened now. It happened in summer 2024. You see, what is happening at Tottenham now is a very, how am I going to explain this? It's something that's been happening for a very long time with managers upon managers upon managers. When Spurs played Chelsea, was it 2 years ago, and that whole injury thing started happening? We all knew Van der Veen. We all were aware, people that we knew Van der Veen's hamstrings are a bit fugazi. We are aware. When you have an injury issue, like Tottenham did now, and Tottenham have had those injury problems again when after that whole game, because Maddison, Romero, a lot of people got injured. First and foremost, like you said yourself, a centre back. Well, you basically said like Tottenham should have got a centre back, or should basically saying like you don't need to spend
crazy money. It doesn't have to be crazy money, like a loan or something.
Now they got one centre back whose agent was talking him up like he's the next what's this Maldini or something.
Dragzinini.
Anyways, the problem with Spurs has always been depth.
Yeah.
And depth is what makes or breaks a team. And that's what not just Tottenham, a lot of teams are going through.
Yeah.
Man City already paved the way about depth. Man City I remember when Man City were being Man City, not the Man City of today, we're seeing the Man City of like
Centurion's
time. There was competition for each position. Every single position. You can't have a bad game. From the goalkeeper to the strikers, back to the two strikers then, who would have been Alvarez and Aguero.
Oh wait. No, Gabriel Jesus and Aguero.
Alvarez was there as well.
No, Alvarez came in same year as Haaland.
Are you sure?
Yeah. Alvarez came from River Plate. Same year as
Haaland. They bought him, but he didn't come straight away. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I think he stayed one more year.
Yeah, something like that.
Are you sure?
Yeah, no, Alvarez definitely came in the same year as Haaland.
Okay.
Because it was Haaland, Ortega,
and
Alvarez.
Okay.
And,
so even at that, City having for 80% of each position, there's competition, right?
Yeah.
When you have a team like Spurs who don't have that depth, and you see yourself what's happening. 14 first team players are injured in my football club, Tottenham Hotspurs. I think was the worst. I think 16 was the worst. 14. It's January, Eddie. It's January. Marcus Rashford is there on loan. Like, if he went for these players and they're saying no, it's different to I'm not going to go for these players.
Yeah, but it's about even just making the effort.
Right, making the effort.
It makes the fans believe that you actually have the best interest of the club at your heart.
Like you said. So let's count. Ansu Fati, Rashford.
There's another player I said.
Ansu Fati, Rashford.
But even just buying people on like low cost, like let's for instance, you can go to Serie A centre backs at least.
Skriniar was there.
Thank you.
Skriniar was there.
Kolomwani.
He
just went to Juventus.
When he went to Juventus, I don't know.
But still though.
Well, apparently they made effort for that one. From what I was told, they did make effort.
Yeah.
But I've said this time and time again. Marcus Rashford is just not under the right conditions to flourish. No one can tell me that Rashford was considered one of the best players in the world a couple of years ago, and just magically had this great downfall.
It's not possible.
So Marcus Rashford is there. Give loan. Ansu Fati is there. Loan. Skriniar was there. Buy or loan.
Who else was there? There's someone else that went to that Galatasaray. I'm trying to think. I'm not too sure, but there was somebody else. Even just, but like, yeah, again, like even just if you're looking at the Premier League, there's people that want to get out the lower teams before they get relegated.
True, but see, this is what I was trying to say to you earlier, Daniel. The problem that Tottenham are having now is not a problem of today. This is a problem that's been happening for the last 10 years, since Pochettino's time, since Harry Redknapp's time. we don't have enough good replace. Like, there's not enough competition for people's positions in that football club, bro. Like, Son is playing bad week in week out. You're telling me Timo Werner is the person we want to replace a world class player with? No, I'm not being disrespectful. Like, Timo Werner tries. Like, he worked hard, but he's just not it. Everything. I don't know what happened when he went to Chelsea. I'm not even blaming Chelsea, but I just don't know what happened. Everything went off. Our striker Solanke, who's doing good, Richarlison. But like, you pay 60 million for a player who's getting injured every single time. Like, there's problems there.
How much was Richarlison?
60 million. Remember, I told you. See, there's one thing I know about Daniel Levy, though. He does one thing good. He when, you know, like everybody says. Let's speak about Daniel Levy for a second. Daniel Levy is the best businessman in the Premier League for a very long time. No, because you know, there's other owners that will come in, they don't have this money, they want to splash. This guy is just making money.
Yeah.
He built the stadium which cost him $1 billion. The stadium, they probably borrowed an F-off loan to buy that stadium. And he's probably paying it back bit by bit. But in my belief, that stadium is probably nearly paying off itself.
Because of this, the American football,
the concerts, the boxing has been held there.
Yeah,
it's the best stadium. Well. It's the best stadium in England and one of the best stadiums. Now, I would nearly say it's the best stadium in Europe right now. As in, no, when I'm saying the best stadium in Europe, I don't mean like state of the art.
Does that be Madrid?
Remember, Tottenham built a whole new stadium. They didn't renovate the stadium.
Oh yeah, fair.
If you really think of it, there's an F1 track under it. Like, guy, this stadium, I'm going to, thank God, I'm going there. I'm finally going to be going there in May. But it's like, this guy, when it comes to football, the guy got 100 million for a 30-year-old football player.
Yeah.
Bro.
He doesn't lack.
He does not lack. But he's so good at that side of making money for the club. But it's like, and as someone said, this is the main asset of the club. This is what is generating the club money. Yeah, fair enough. The concerts, everything, they're generating Tottenham hundreds of millions. But if in the very unlikely event Tottenham Hotspurs gets relegated,
I mean, like they said, what would like Israel?
Like, what? Like, does he realize that the lack of investing in what is actually bringing fans and people and tourists to your football club is magically going to go in a night? Because every football player has relegation clauses in their contract. Yeah. So I promise you, 90% of that team is gone tomorrow. All their wages are going to get cut in half. Because you decided to invest more into the outside of your house, as Pochettino would say. But you forget that you still need nice furniture inside.
Yeah. See, the thing is, does he need someone to work with him?
No, Danny Levy needs to leave.
He needs to leave.
Bro, 20 years.
Okay. But
no, Eddie.
Yeah, but okay. Yeah,
Eddie, yeah. Let me ask you a question. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'll let you. I don't want to rude it. Let's say you own a business, right? And I said this analogy so many times to you. And this one guy you put in charge, you know, he's making you all this money, yeah, but at the same time, nobody really wants to ever award your company anything, and your company never is winning the awards. Best way to put it is a restaurant. Restaurants are categorized by Michelin stars, as we are aware. Can you imagine, your food is nice and everything, your aesthetics, there's all these TikTok stars and everything, but there's all these other restaurants which are getting Michelin stars week in, week out for 20 years, but this guy's firing every chef over and over again, every chef. But he's trying to blame the chef when let's just say this, Daniel Levy in this instance is like the general manager in this place, and like so the chef would be the manager and the sous chefs would be his players. So he's bringing in and he's telling to the chef, oh yeah, you know, we can do this, we can do that. He's investing in it. He's investing in the exterior. He's making it look nice, but the food is just bang average all the time, bang average. But there's people around you who are seeing where you're lacking and investing in them, and they're getting the Michelin stars. But your general manager keeps firing chef after chef after chef after chef, and leaving the shitty shoe chefs, leaving the shitty shoe chefs there. even to the point that he's appointing those sous chefs to be the manager at times. He's brought in Gordon Ramsay. He's brought in the Gordon Ramsays of cooking, but they still can't help. Where is the problem, Eddie? The general manager who you are keep putting in charge of that restaurant cannot win your Michelin star. He's brought Gordon bleeding Ramsay to your club, your chef, your restaurant. Even Gordon Ramsay can't win a Michelin star at that restaurant. Where is the problem? 20 years, Eddie. 20 years, no trophy, 14 different chefs, 14 different managers. You had two of the best managers in football. Who are two of the best managers in football, Conte and Mourinho. They have been. No, I'm not saying they're the best, but they're some of the best. Yeah. Mourinho, you could argue. My argument always would be Mourinho is the best manager in football, and I have my reasons for that. But people can disagree with me. But that's my point, Eddie. It's like you can't keep blaming the chefs for the manager not giving this. First of all, giving the chefs enough money to hire the best sous chefs around, or the sous chefs that can take you to the next level. He wants to hire the ones that, people they have potential. Everything potential. Everything's about potential, bro. Sometimes you want your business to flourish, you have to throw the money in there. But when it came to the stadium, he overspent. Crazy. And it did pay off. But Eddie, you have to look at it, everybody wants to be blaming Ange. And I told you, till the day I see Tottenham post a picture and say, unfortunately, I'm still Ange in. You cannot blame one man.
Ange is not at fault. He's trying. And he really is trying. He's trying to, make a culture. But, he's not getting enough players to make that culture. Because his culture is, heavy pressing. And, high line. You have to have strong muscles to be able to do that. But you also need strong depth. So if you gave him the depth that you need, top four would be out of question. Because when Spurs were playing well, when Ange first came in his first season,
10 games undefeated.
10 games undefeated.
And it was onto the Chelsea game. Sorry, you texting?
Yeah, sorry.
You're fine. It was onto the Chelsea game when those two injuries came.
Yeah.
That you've seen the problems. And this is what people need to realize as well when it comes to Spurs. Van de Ven is pivotal to the way Spurs play. Van de Ven, and people might say this and that about Van de Ven, but a lot of people that said Van de Ven is one of the best defenders in that league.
One of them, yeah.
I'm not saying he's the best.
Yeah, one of them.
But he's top 5 if we look at it right now. If I'm being honest, my top 5 would be Saliba, Gabriel. I'm not putting it in order.
Okay.
Saliba, Gabriel,
Van Dijk. Can you say Konate?
I don't know.
You know what? This season, one of them Nottingham Forest centre-backs.
Oh, Murillo.
Just one of them. Yeah. I don't know which one.
And Van de Ven. Those are my 5. Those are the first facts. Because, bro, I'm telling you, yeah, mark my words. When Van de Ven and Romero come back, I promise you, that Fugazi bullshit that's going on with using 13 games is going to stop immediately.
Yeah, but yet again, you have to be, I suppose, the Spurs fans. I know it's hard. I know the emotions are there. But it's not Andy's fault. And it's not his fault that Archie Gray has to play centre-back.
That's 100%
Archie
true.
Gray is younger than me. Right, I'm 20. He's younger than me.
Yeah.
He's a centre mid.
Playing centre-back.
Playing centre-back, right? So then you put a counter. Why is that? Because he doesn't have another centre-back. In football, when you're... I'm not even asking for it. We're not saying depth in every position because that's just too many players and then too many people unhappy.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Right? It's let's say you definitely need 2 spare centre-backs. 100%.
Oh, you always need 2
You need one spare full-back, right? Because no matter what that is right-footed, because a right-footed player can play left-back. A left-footed player cannot play right-back. It cannot happen. And you don't really see it.
Yeah, true.
It doesn't happen. You need 2 spare midfielders. If you're really dependent on your formation as well.
True.
Right? And who's the most important players? Let's say, because City, for instance, they needed somebody else for Rodri. But he's too important. So somebody else that's okay with playing carbon cup, lower tier. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
though?
I get what you mean.
Yeah, and you need like maybe attackers. You need a spare striker definitely to compete, and then the wingers. You need one winger,
Yeah.
one spare winger.
I don't trust me, bro. I'm not disagreeing with everything you're saying because this is something I scream week in, week out. You see me on my TikToks. You see me saying this every single time. How can people blame Ange for a problem that's been happening even before Ange? People will say Ange's tactics. Ange's tactics made us go 10 games undefeated. Do people realize Spurs have scored the most goals in the Premier League?
This season.
Unless I'm sorry. I'm gonna put this. I'm pretty sure if you could check it for me, please.
Yeah, I will. Let me check the PL app actually. It's Liverpool, CE, Spurs, Chelsea, Arsenal.
Okay. But there was
Spurs have 46, CE have 47, Chelsea have 45, and then Liverpool have 54.
so there was a point, sorry, that Spurs did score the most.
But the best scoring team, yeah.
But like this is where I come back to. You can see you are successful on one side. Why is the other side a problem? You know, okay, maybe we actually need to have a bit more of a defensive bolster, to, you know, for when the likes of these guys get injured, who have been getting injured.
Or let's say not even injured, but a rest. It doesn't.
Yeah.
It doesn't. Not saying because they could get injured. Like an injury is not guaranteed, right?
100%.
But like when they need a rest because they've been getting injured, like we're talking about next season, they might not be getting injured as much, and then someone's gonna be unhappy, like Dragson was at the start of the season.
I don't care, but the problem now is,
But like you need to at training, and this is why we're talking about Rashford as well. At training, you train as hard as you can, but then obviously the muscle. There's also the muscle. Like if you, especially with Andy's tactics, I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with it, but I'm just saying that when you're training that hard because you want to start, your muscles are gonna get weak and weak and weak, and then you're gonna be more likely to get injured, and that's why you need the depth. Ange is a good manager. I don't want to see him go, but if he does go, I wouldn't be upset because it's Daniel Levy's fault.
that's where everything
You know what
is
I
going
mean?
off. People are here saying Ange's tactics. I goes, if you actually watch the way this guy is playing, Ange can't be responsible for people's individual mistakes.
Yeah.
If you watch Spurs when they're playing sometimes, the football, they're passing well. But then it's when someone wants to make a stupid pass, we get, because unfortunately, what Spurs players, me, I don't even play on that. What you have to remember is we play very high. We actually need to be smart with our pass, even if we need to go back and start again.
Yeah.
I remember Bissouma, who was it we were playing? Was it Newcastle? And we were playing someone recently, and Bissouma made one stupid pass. We tried to make one stupid pass, we let it go. But there was, sorry. Oh my God.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Bissouma made one stupid pass which led to a goal. And my problem with that thing was like, bro, cop on like to yourself. Why are you making a stupid pass like that?
I think.
And it's even things like even Pedro Porro, I've seen him make stupid passes.
Oh yeah.
All these people I've seen make stupid passes. I'm just like, oh my God, guys, are you for real right now?
Because you've been playing and then you go to that point when you say you've been playing this system for a year and a half now. That's it. You should be getting better, not worse, at what you're doing. Like that is just. That's with anything in life.
Yeah.
If you're still in the same place as you were a year and a half ago, wouldn't you question yourself? Come on. Like, and that's why, we're managers as well. That's why fans need to be patient. And I know, I'm saying as a Chelsea fan, I am not patient at all. Right? Because, of course, Roman Abramovich sacking any manager that did bullshit, right?
Yeah, but see, the problem with Roman Abramovich is, if a manager came in, Roman Abramovich would invest in that
with that manager. He would ask who the manager wants.
He will go out and get them.
Yeah,
Roman
of course.
Abramovich had the problem with Roman Abramovich didn't, like, yes, he cared about money, but he wanted to win.
He wanted to dominate.
He had a culture in that club. If you are not good enough, I will get rid of you regardless.
And you know what? That's what every club's mentality should be.
There's no clubs like that anymore.
Yeah, of course. But like Spurs have they have potential.
Spurs have everything to be a world-class team, except a world-class team. You have the stadium, you have the facilities, you have fans that back you week in, week out every day. You have a manager there who wants Because, you know, the day I knew that I actually had to start backing Ange, and I will still look back to this day, and I know people will say, but no, was the day he made the point. Why do you want to lose just because, like, of any, like, obviously Arsenal would have won the league and X, Y, and Z. Cool, that's cool, but we would have got Champions League football. We would have attracted better players. If you actually looked at it in the long run, that was the worst thing I think we could have done in our club's history. Because if we won that game, apparently we would have made Champions League from what I'm aware. We would have had better chance of. We would have had more of a chance of making Champions League.
Aston Villa.
If we won that match, we more than likely
it would have been on. It would have went on goal difference.
We would have went on goal difference. I suppose we would have won on goal difference. Like, bro, that's what I'm trying to say. It's like we need to look at where is the big problem that we are having here at this club,
and it always comes to one guy.
Than Levy. Like, people need to realize you can't keep. It just gets me so much that people. I see how people screaming, Angel, this guy and his tactics. But if we get someone else, we know the same thing is going to happen again, Eddie. If we get this ex Dortmund one, which was the name that they were sniffing around, yes, he's gonna come. He's gonna do good. Same thing's gonna happen. You know, the ex Dortmund manager. The same thing's gonna happen.
Who's the ex Dortmund manager? Noran Shaheen.
I think so. The guy with the long hair.
Oh yeah.
I don't remember. I forget his name.
Yeah.
If we get him, same thing's gonna happen. If we get Ten Hag will do good. Same thing will happen again with Ten Hag.
Yeah.
They need. Do you know this January on long more team equal to Moshe? Sorry guys, I said God knows what I'm about to say. Tottenham should have spent 200 million minimum.
Yes.
You can't have that.
Because you can't say PSR because you haven't spent anything. Fucking hell.
You can't even say one thing. You can't say you see the problem the manager's having, and it's only now on the last day you want to buy in players. And one has already said no. Now, I heard they're in talks with Fikayo Tomori. Do I see that happening? I see that maybe happening because he might want to come back to the Prem. But he plays for AC Milan, doesn't he? Why is he going to want to leave AC Milan?
Why would he leave Champions League for Europa League? You see, that's the thing as well. You need to be able to bring in the players. And sometimes you don't have to convince them. They say, okay. But other times you have to be in the Champions League. Just having that Champions League.
That's why
it's powerful.
That's interesting because you know that's why Bissouma came to Tottenham that time. All he kept saying was to play in the Champions League, to play in the Champions League, to play in That's all he kept repeating. Because remember that he was meant to go to Arsenal, but he came to Tottenham instead.
Yeah.
Because of Champions League. So the power of champion. That's why when they didn't want to be champions at that time, I know everybody would say what, but you know we don't want to win. But I'm like, do you know how much that has cost us attracting players to the football club now?
But yet again,
excuse me.
If you went into the Champions League of the format of this year, it would have been well worse. Because you would have been playing against more teams that are better. Because Europa League, minor, to be honest. Compared to Champions League, is minor. But if you were in the Champions League, I think it's a step back. But also, you have to take a step back to go forward.
Yes, 100%.
But still, if you were playing in the Champions League, hey, you could have been playing from... Like, Brest are playing really well for some reason. I don't know how. All League One teams are true. Every single one of them.
I heard.
Yeah. You would have been playing. You could have been playing Real Madrid. If Real Madrid played against you.
We remember Real Madrid last time we played them.
Yeah, but now.
That was Ronaldo and Benzema there as well.
Yeah, but now.
Ah!
Yeah, well, with the high line, right? Without, let's say without Van der Veen.
Yeah.
And Romero.
Oh, then we're cooked. We were cooked.
Gray and Jackson. That's how they would just be.
Is it not interesting that we bought a centre back in and our centre mid who we bought, our centre mid Archie is playing better than that centre back we bought in.
Jackson.
Yeah.
Archie has, I won't go on a tangent, but all I would say is that I think Archie is too far. He took a step forward when he shouldn't have.
What do you mean, joining Spurs?
He's joining Spurs. He should have went to a team that would develop him. Then go to the top team.
Why did you say that? I
think he's a very good player. Because when I watched him a few times for Spurs, right? He's a very good player. But, like, he needs to be... How do I say this? He needs to play every week. Like, as a not centre-back. The way, the way Brighton developed, let's say, McAllister, Caicedo, the guy there now, Balbi?
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, Carlos, that lad. Like, let's say even Aston Villa. Man, who the fuck, like, Douglas Luiz, for instance, like, just the way they did with him. Like, I think he needed to go to a Brighton or
But I think Ichiguro is going to start playing a lot more now.
But like, he needs to be focused on more than other players. Like, he needs that development because he's a young player. Do you get what I mean? Do you get what I mean?
Yeah, I get what you mean.
But like,
I get what you mean. But at the same time, the reason why I'm happy about these injury crises is 3 players have come out and shined for me. Archie Gray being one of them.
yeah,
Lucas Bergvall and Dech Spence.
yeah.
I've been saying, I've been saying from day one, they put my bro on lock, but now he's out.
So now, you have to get
Eddie.
another.
Eddie, it's not about getting anybody else. The truth of the matter is,
Another chairman.
chairman.
You need to find.
Eddie, they need to sell the club.
You need to sell it, yeah.
Eddie, you can put another chairman in there, but people need to remember, as bad as we want to be saying Danny Levy, X, Y, and Z,
He listens to other people.
there's other people there on the board.
You need to.
It was only that Tottenham documentary that made me see, there's even more people who had never even seen that face before.
Yeah. There's a lot behind it.
Look what Conte said. Pochettino, Mourinho. Your manager literally said, if we don't sign people, we're going to be in trouble. Do you understand what it gets to for a manager to even plead with the club in a whole press conference?
Hey, if you're calling out your club in a whole press conference, we'll see one signing from just Blue Coat.
Like, you call your whole club out on national TV. If you don't sign people, we're going to be in trouble. They're telling you. There are how many times that we need to be told, need to sign players. Now, there could be the situation here that we genuinely don't know, that Spurs are actually trying to sign players, but they're just saying no. But make us aware as fans. Because it's getting to the point now that nobody's actually giving out to, and people can say there's more of a majority giving out to. Tottenham were winning the other day. They were still singing, Danny Levy, get out of our club, basically.
And to be honest, I don't blame them either.
Well,
because
we paid the highest ticket prices we paid one of the highest ticket prices in England. I would get it now, if the likes of if we're like a Manchester United, if we're a Chelsea and they raise our ticket prices, we're winning. You come there. But I was Tottenham raising ticket price for what? What are you winning? Like, I love my team so much. Eddie, you know me. I will stay outside the season, every season my team will win the Premier League. But deep down I know, until this man changes his approach towards football, and it's like, do you know what? I actually don't want to give 2 shits about these concerts things anymore. I actually want to just concentrate on this team and make this team the best team in the world. Because I don't think if Dan Levy uses 2 brain sense for a minute, he does realize Tottenham winning more trophies and Tottenham playing better football and Tottenham not going to all this is going to cause more of attraction for people to actually want to come to watch Tottenham play. Because you have to, Tottenham right now, there's a situation where you have to look at Tottenham in a way of, if Tottenham win more with that stadium, people are going to want to rush to that club. But the problem is now is, in my opinion, he wants to turn the club to a tourist attraction. He thinks it's a Disneyland. He thinks it's a tour park. No, this is a football club, my brother. This is somewhere where people have serious passion. Not that they want to come and ride some roller coaster. I get it sometimes, but I just don't see how a club with so much money is 15th in the league right now.
What?
Tottenham are 15th in the league as we're speaking. Yeah.
Where United?
13th or 14th.
Jeez, I didn't know it was that bad.
Oh, bro, it's bad. It's very bad.
Yeah, apparently, you lost to Leicester,
apparently, this 9 points Tottenham had now is what they had last season after 10 games.
Wow.
So when you see that I hate this guy. Sorry, it's on 6. Okay, I have to be very careful. I have to be careful with this thing. When you see your club is going through issues like this, and you don't think, okay, for a minute, I may need to actually dip into the bank and spend something, because now it would be a different story if Danny Levy said, you know what, Ange, I'm going to help you, and this shit was still happening. Then I would even get Ange out. But Ange has literally had to play with the bare minimum. Even when people were screaming, change your tactics against everything, didn't he listened to all of you. You are screaming and shouting, he changed it. You even see yourself, we lost 3-2, even though it was 3-0 at one point. So my problem is, the guy, what we know, Ange can play ball. We are aware he can score goals. You see the problem is your defensive vulnerabilities. Fix it. Pedro Porro should not be playing anymore. Dech Spence is there. I know he's injured right now, but that guy, if it wasn't for him and Archie Gray, the times that he was there, we would have gotten our asses whooped. we would be in relegation battle right now.
Are you in the relegation fight?
No.
You're not
Please.
close to it.
We're not that bad.
You're not that bad.
We're
I
not,
was just asking. I don't know what's going
we're
on
15th,
down
but
there.
we're not bad.
I don't know what's going on down there.
What were we saying about Daniel Levy?
He doesn't need to go.
Yeah.
He just needs to go. He doesn't need to accept failure and go.
But no, like I was, but look, the Tottenham situation, it'll fix itself. I believe. What I genuinely believe is it's gonna get to the point that even the big bosses are probably gonna be like, yeah, you gotta go, Levy. You know, the people that we don't know, there's gonna be a board meeting when they mean like, yeah, you are just making decisions that
don't make sense.
That don't make sense. But let's move on to something else, which I said I want to talk to you about is we want to the Radford thing actually. People giving out about John Duran going to Saudi Arabia. What is your thoughts on that?
He's 21. And like his thought process, I told you. But his thought process is obviously to make money early.
100%.
Like that's what people are. Who was it?
Nassr.
Yeah, no, but who said it that the footballers are just going for money?
Ingalo,
thank you.
Ingalo said it perfectly, and it's the truth. It's like any footballer that tells you does not play football for money is lying to you. Who in their right mind? Like, guys, let's actually think for a minute. All us fans are be like, oh, you know, all these pundits as well. Oh, you know, he's too young. He shouldn't be doing this. Excuse me. If someone is offering you a footballer at the age of 21, 15, 20 million a year, let's remember this tax free.
Tomorrow I'll go. Leave him right.
Offer me €1 million a year. I'm going tomorrow.
100K, yeah, I'll go.
Hey, 100K, yeah.
I will not go. To play football, yes.
Yeah. Sure. 100K, yeah. 100K, yeah. Tax free. I'm gone.
God.
And they're going to buy them cars, watches, and everything. Me, I'll just take this and send them back home and say, sell. People are like,
but like, what upsets me, not really upsets me, but what disappoints me about it is that I had such a good feeling about that guy in Europe.
with John Duran.
Yeah.
I think we all did. And I think what even upsets me the most about this stupid, idiotic, foolish team, Arsenal.
Why
do you not go and get him?
Why no? But the thing about Arsenal, why are you bidding on Watkins when Duran is there?
And when you know that Aston Villa are not going to sell Watkins, unless you give them some stupid amount of money.
Like, even like Duran was 77 million euros, which is about
50, 60 million.
50 something. You spent 60 million on Watkins. Like, what? Like, where is the like Duran in the future is gonna be a top player. It is. He is gonna be good. He's gonna be working with Ronaldo. He's gonna be working with Mane. He's working with good players. Yeah.
True.
But the thing is, I wanted him in Europe so badly because after, you know, I remember I said it to you, man. I was screaming when he scored that goal against Bayern.
Oh yeah.
But that goal was so clean. He is such a good striker. Like at the start of the season, especially when he was coming off the bench, he was banging in goals, and you could see there was something there.
Yeah.
And there is something there, but we're not gonna see it. Who's gonna? Why would I turn on my laptop or turn on my TV to watch Raspy as football, to watch John Duran? No one's gonna do that shit.
True.
So you have to charge at this point.
But you know the thing is interesting about the Duran thing is the way people are talking about him. Like, he only went for money. Yes, he went for money. Who are we or anybody to tell somebody who, what, and what they shouldn't do because of the way they look? Excuse me, you're playing football in Europe, you're making 10 million and getting taxed half of it. Me that I'm going to go to Saudi Arabia,
make 10
million and just enjoy it. Please, we are not the same. That's the way I'm looking at it. And I just hate the way people don't realize that. And I think it's coming. And I can't believe I'm going to say it. I have very strong feeling this isn't going to be the last that we're going to see big players going over there. You see, they basically built 100 million from Mitoma as well. And Brighton said no.
And to be honest, right, it's not like these players are world class or anything. They are mid-class kind of people.
Who? Mitoma
and Duran. Mitoma is a good player, but
yeah, bro,
they're not like world beaters.
Don't get it twisted. I'm telling you, mark my word. A lot of players are going to be going to Saudi in the next couple of years.
But the thing is, it takes one world-class player to go.
Oh, because that Saudi league, you know, Ronaldo said something very interesting. He goes, "What's like? It's going to start is the Saudi league is going to have so much quality at a point that people are just going to be like, yeah, I'm going. Number one, weather is always going to be nice. Yes, it's going to be hot, but the weather's going to be nice. Number two, they're going to treat you like royalty over there.
Yeah.
You see, I've been Tony right now. The cars, the watches." The guy said, remember when the guy was, he say, oh, if you want to, remember when he was with his friends, if anybody wants to come and watch me play, I just let me know. You come, basically that I'm going to fly you first class. Bro. And there was a good few people in this room. We're not talking about like, there's like a good 30 or 25 people in that room. I'll fly you all world class. Let me be honest with you, Eddie. Any person in that league, regardless of what age they are, I don't care who you are. If Saudi Arabia come to you and say, oh yeah, we're going to give you X amount of money, you're going to make more than you're making in your club. And listen to me, between the ages of, let's even say 27 to, let's say 26 to 29, go. Because look, number one, you're in Europe. You're being worked your ass off. Getting injured all the time. Having fans abusing you all the time. All this shit. That's not going to happen to you. Well, unless someone could correct me if I'm wrong. I don't believe that's happened to you in Saudi Arabia. Yeah, fair enough, you have Ronaldo, people always chanting Messi, but that's been since Kingdom Come. And you're going to get breaks. You're not going to have to play crazy football the way you're playing in Europe.
And
you're going to make
money.
triple what you make without any tax. And you don't have to stay with us for 4 years. You don't want to renew your contract. F off them.
Yeah, go back. Like, come on.
Please, don't be stupid. Don't let pundits try to trick you into all this.
Don't let them say you're ruining football.
I love. Trust me. Don't get it twisted. I love football, but think about yourself before you think about anybody or anybody else.
Anyone else's opinion does not matter. But your own. If someone said to me that I'm ruining football because I'm going to get more money, I'll say okay.
I'll say, cool, that's not my business.
And what?
I'll say, that's not my business. I go talk to government to stop taxing football so much.
I'll even say, if I had that money, I say, take 10K.
Did you not see, like, Sterling and Iwobi's paychecks when they leaked that time? How much they were getting taxed?
Yeah, but hedge. Man, Sterling should even go to Saudi, man. Tell him to fuck out.
To be honest, Sterling should go to Saudi.
He's cooked.
I think Saudi is calling Sterling's name.
Yeah,
and it's not going to be bad for him either. Sterling, people, look, as much as people want to say this now, I still think Sterling
was one of the best wingers of all time in the Premier League.
Oh, yeah. People can say what they want to say about him. He was unbelievable. He was unbelievable. But like my thing was today, like with the hate with the John Duran thing, when I'm seeing people say this, I'm like, look, you guys shut up, man. If someone say come for 5 years, you're 21. By the time you're 26, you're basically going to be a multi-millionaire.
Yeah.
People, you don't know the people. You can meet people there that will basically help you with any investment. What, I should stay in the UK.
And I should say no. I say
Aston Villa. Aston Villa, where I'm scoring as much goals as the guy who is basically I'm pretty sure John Duran was top goal scorer, not top goal scorer, but he scored like
he scored
more than Ollie Watkins.
It could be just as much.
Just as much. And he was on the bench. You want me to come and sit on the bench and have the English media abuse me when I'm in Saudi, and if people try to abuse me or do too much, they're gonna you're not good. You can't play there. If they tell you to stop there, you're going to stop. Like, don't be putting this bullshit. You're not gonna do it.
Nah, John Duran.
I genuinely think he made the right decision.
He made the right decision for himself.
And people can say whatever they want to say about passion and pedigree, or like this is not gonna make him look good. But
that goes out the door when I see my fucking paycheck. I tell you that.
I'm telling you.
Fucking hell.
That goes out the door when he's walking down the road and he just sees you. Like, obviously never gonna happen. When he goes and when he sees you and like, well, want this Rolex? Okay, I have like 40 of them at home.
Like that.
I don't think they realize like the generational money these men are going to be getting.
Like Duran,
why do you think I care about what a pundit says when I know my family for generations to come and my children for generations to come are going to be set for life?
So what? Duran's on 200 and something.
Duran's going to be on. We don't even know what his bonuses are, man.
I think it's like 300 or something. Let's say between 250.
That's excluding bonus. Is that excluding bonuses? So let's say Duran has a bonus of, let's say for example, I don't know what bonus. If every 10 goals he scores, we give him 5 mil.
With the wages, let's say he's on 250 a week. That's 1 million in a month, right?
Yes.
Abi?
X bonuses.
X bonus, just without bonuses. 12 months in a year.
And you know, there's
12 million in a year.
You know, there's so much more to football, like when money wise, like you see Neymar's things, there's image rights, there's all these like things, like he's going to Nassr, if I'm correct. If they win the league, like there's so much money in football, in that side of football, that we don't know the stupid money they can get paid.
Yeah.
And people want to sit there on TV and saying that, oh, it's not good for his career and all this. Who are you?
Bro, shut up.
You okay when you're getting taxed 50%? When you're getting taxed 50% by your government, and someone's sitting at home,
my friend,
and someone's sitting at home enjoying a couple of million in his bank account.
Don't mind them.
Look, I just don't think what Duran done was wrong. Anybody that
wrong.
wants to say anything otherwise, is crazy.
Mm.
But the one thing I also want to speak, one thing has been kind of playing on my mind lately is this whole Rashford and Man United issue. You know, people can say what they want to say about that whole situation. I think there's a way to do things, and I don't like the way Amarin's doing this Rashford situation.
I think it's the same thing as what Ten Hag did to Sancho. If you want a player to leave, tell him to leave. But, like, respectfully, you're only there a few months, and you're probably only going to be there for another few months. Respectfully. Because, like, don't get it twisted. He's not a Jose Mourinho, right? He's not Pep. He's not Arsene Wenger, right? He's not one of them guys that can just call up players that he doesn't have that pedigree. Rashford used to be one of the best players in the league. We can say that. Used to be, okay, maybe for that just one season. Maybe 2 seasons.
Rashford was one of the best players in the world at the time, man. If not,
in the world, right? You're saying that this guy is not trying hard enough at training, and maybe he's not, right? Maybe, but that is for you, your coaching staff, and the team. The outside people should not matter. Now he's the main topic of podcast, like all the overlap people.
Not even
the
just the
fucking
main topic.
pundits.
He's the main topic of the media. Every time he goes, what's
Anytime
Rashford?
there's something Rashford.
Because you yourself don't know how to handle situations.
Yeah.
And I know he's new to this thing, but this should be a disappointment to Man United as well. Your PR team should be saying, dead this Rashford thing and let them stop talking about it, because it's all what they're going to concentrate on.
Bro, because now, let Rashford go to another Premier League team and let him play against United. You see what he will do to you.
Unless they buy him.
Yeah, if you see what they would do to him.
If he's on loan, he can't.
Yeah, of course, if he's on loan. But let him go to another team and let them buy him. I see what he would do to you.
I promise you, I said it to you. I remember I said it to you before a while ago. Rashford is going to cook when he goes to another team. Remember we kept saying he should go to PSG that time? Rashford is going...
And they would have cashed out more than they would now. They'll get like 26 million from him now.
Oh, if they're
give
lucky.
or take. They could have got 100 million for Rashford that time. Probably more.
I just don't get Amarin. As I said to Sam that day, he's giving me Ten Hag vibes.
And I think he's bringing an identity. He's an okay manager, right? He was an okay manager.
Doesn't every manager...
Portugal.
Wait, let's stop this. Doesn't every manager have to bring their identity to a football club?
Yeah, of course. But I don't even know how to describe it. But he was an okay manager in Portugal.
He was good. He wasn't okay. He was pretty good.
It was pretty good in Portugal.
Smashed City.
He
was
Portugal,
winning
yeah.
leagues. So he was good. I guess he was good in Portugal,
but then I noticed that maybe he is a good manager, because I noticed that Sport Lisbon has been doing rubbish since then.
100%.
Yes, but he's again, he is too early in this stage
to be doing what he's doing.
Very, very early. Do you know that how many just because Rashford is not being liked by United fans as of now?
Yeah, we're aware.
Because of what he is, so he feels like he can say that. You dare say that about Manu or Bruno? They're not going to take it as lightly as they will Rashford. Not a chance. That's why he won't do it.
But I think it's so disappointing the way even the fans are treating Rashford, don't you?
Yes, because he's an academy product. You don't treat your academy product like that.
That's my problem.
He did not betray you, right? He's never betrayed you.
And he probably had multiple opportunities to betray you.
Of course. He could have went into the media and said stuff that was going on behind their back.
Look.
When Ten Hag was there, when Jose Mourinho was there.
And let me give you an example, right? Look how Sancho dealt with that whole situation. He went to the media, he opened his mouth, blah, 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 blah. People got pissed at him because they said he shouldn't open his mouth. And this is what I'm saying. You as a manager set the tone of how the player is going to react. When you do that, and someone claps back. Don't be surprised. But I respect Rashford. Hasn't even said a word about the whole thing.
He's been saying well done to the boys or good luck to the boys on his Instagram. Sancho, right? He dealt with it because Ten Hag said he needed a mental break or he was overweight or some stupid like that, right? So I understand why Sancho clapped back. And to be honest, Sancho is happier now with a better team.
Yeah, because he's playing well. And that's what I'm trying to say. When a player is under the right environment, say what you want to say, because we have to speak about this Man United environment.
Yeah, because now if the player is at his best with a good environment, now it's toxic. He's not like all the rest of the players like Maguire and all of them. He needs a positive environment to play well. It's not even not normal. It's not normal. There's some players that just need a positive environment. But they can't deal with the chaos.
But this has been an issue with Man United for how many times? The environment. Like, remember, we Don't Judge. We heard someone say Ronaldo was the birth and the death of United. Yeah. The death came when he went to do that podcast and was like, this is what's happening in United. Nothing has changed. All these things are still the same. Nothing. Bro, the roof in their stadium is still leaking.
Aye. There's probably rats.
There is rats running on the football pitch.
Abracadabra.
That alone should tell you there's something wrong there. And this is Manchester. Listen, this is Manchester United.
This is the biggest club in England.
And one of the biggest clubs in football.
In football as well. Hey. And your stadium is like that. Even Spurs. Who are Spurs to have a better stadium than you?
I said it before and I'll say it again. Remember I said it to Sam, he didn't want to ask the question. I goes, why should Spurs be having better facilities than Manchester United? Hey!
Chai!
Imagine we're saying that.
But United, the environment is so bad. I don't be surprised.
How many players, let's look, if you look at the list of the players that went to Man United and they just left after. They just left and they went shit. They went, like, look at them. Like, people can say what they want to say about Maguire. Maguire was one of the best.
He was touted to be one of the best centre-backs in
England. He went to...
He paid.
Yeah, Delete as well. It's kind of been going down.
He was touted for one of the best centre-backs as well.
It's going down the drain.
Martinez was always rubbish. Don't listen to Sam ever. He was always rubbish. He said
Onana was
the best keeper in the world this season before.
And now, because Man United is shit.
Hey, the only player that has somehow
is Bruno.
Not even Bruno. I was gonna say a player that was playing rubbish and you bought him, Maserati, and now Maserati is one of your best players.
Oh, let's not forget Mason Mount too.
Chai. You know what? That's why I don't understand. This is why.
Let's not forget about Højlund as well, who was banging in goals in Italy.
Yeah, and you spent 70 million on
and Xerxes.
Yeah,
I know there's still 10 players, but that's what I mean.
Yeah, and still your best player is Diallo, Bruno. And then after that, it gets foggy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Diallo and Bruno are all you have right now. So then you look at yourselves and be like, hey, well, where did that 1 billion of investments go to? Why did we keep a manager that we knew deserved to be sacked, spend 400 million of his players, then sack him a few months after?
Because he won 2 cups. And I keep saying to people with this. That's why I say he won 2 cups. Technically speaking, he had the right to be Manchester United manager, bro.
Yeah, but respectfully, right? Respectfully, United, like it happened at Chelsea as well, right? Where the fitness of the players is shocking. And right now, you can see the United, they don't have the fitness right now. And it all comes from pre-season. Pre-season is when you get prepared for the season. Like, United are so off it right now. They might win matches here and there, but they're not going to finish above 10th. If you're being realistic, because they still have to replay City, replay Arsenal, replay Spurs, replay Chelsea, replay... Do they have to replay Liverpool? No. Do they?
I think so.
They might have to replay Liverpool. Brentford, on a good day, can slap up anybody in the Premier League. Apart from maybe not Liverpool. Actually, even Liverpool. They can slap up anybody.
I don't even know if they start playing Nottingham Forest.
Nottingham Forest.
Newcastle.
I don't know what happened to Nottingham Forest. They're one of the best teams in the league now. Newcastle. Aston Villa. Right? Then it gets so foggy. All the teams above you are better than you. Like, it's not a case of, oh, they're just getting unlucky. You're not being unlucky anymore. You're just playing fucking
Hey,
shit.
is this camera still working?
Yeah.
Okay.
You're just playing shit. Everyone above, let's say, you see, United 13, you said 13 or something.
Yeah.
Everyone above them, on a good day, will flog them.
True.
You don't, like, Ruben Amorim he brought an identity. He's a good manager. He's a good coach or whatever. But your right wing back and left wing back you're buying in. Truly and truly, why didn't you wait till summer? Because he's not going to get better.
They bought Dorgu.
He's not going to get better. Let's be realistic. Do you think that was the first option?
No. Obviously not. I don't.
Right? It wasn't the first option.
Unless it was Amorim's first option, then that's a whole different story.
Yeah, that's a whole different story. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't support that useless team. But I'm saying, right, if that's not his first option, why don't you wait to the summer and where there's the market is bigger, you buy and you have to sell players. You have to. People have to go. Like, all this loan shit, all this low cost shit. Like, you don't have anything to sell. Like, Casemiro needs to go. Eriksen needs to go. Like, you need to understand that even Radford, you need to, if you want to sell anybody and try and make as much money as you can, Radford is the guy. If you want to call Saudi, you say, Edjo, buy this guy, please. 100 million, just for you. They'll say,
maybe give you 150.
Yeah.
Maybe give you 150.
Yeah, like tell us. So then you look, the squad is getting lower. Unless Anthony performs on his loan thing, that means you're not making shit on him. And then, but if they sell that many players, they won't have a squad. And then they can't really spend money because PSR. Yeah. And then you see, United's situation is so fucked, but it's affecting the environment as well. I don't even think the players believe what's going to happen, like they have a future. I don't think the players believe that. And it's, again, it's sad to see an English club go down like that. But the fact that it's United makes me a little bit happy.
Oh, God. Yeah, man. One more. Yeah. Look, guys. I think we can call it a day on that.
Yeah. Tiredness day.
Huh?
Tiredness day.
Yeah, I know. Hey, guys, look. Thanks for watching.
Thank you.
So to chat shit. I'll leave the link somewhere if I can. Yeah, guys. Big game on Sunday. City versus Arsenal.
Yeah. Score prediction.
I think City are going to swap.
It's in Emirates.
I think City are going to slap them.
In Emirates.
Yeah. I think City are going to slap them and Haaland's going to stay humble again.
I know he will if they win.
I think he's going to do it. I think Haaland is going to be a menace.
Who's in? There's someone. Raya's injured. Raya is injured. I remember when the boys said it at work. Raya is injured. If Raya is injured, I'd take one shot. Do you see what Nassr did during the week? What's up?
Anyways, guys, thanks for watching. We'll be back again. I don't know. When do you think we'll be back again?
We thank God.
Anyways, take care. God bless and have a wonderful